All right, so round two. Note to Prism code writers. Turned on the radio on the solar cart, and it crashed Prism because the radio on the solar cart has Bluetooth, and it crashed Prism.
That's why I like Marshall's channel. He always has like cool
So big shout out to Lincoln Kane. All right, so let's see if we're live now. All right.
We'll
try this one more time.
I don't want to move there. It's not my thing, but damn, they get the live music.
We're just going to click refresh real quick because I don't trust Prism anymore.
That would be cool.
And gotta love technology. Yep, we're live. All right. So at this point, everything crashes Prism. So big shout out to Lincoln Kane.
Yeah, we try to make
for the support.
But yeah, there's not enough live music
right
to
there,
satisfy
Lincoln
me
Kane.
by a long shot.
All right, so let me type in the chat. I'm back up now. Up now. All right, so I disabled Bluetooth on my phone. So this should not happen now because what it tried to do is connect to the Bluetooth on the radio on the cart, and that's what crashed Prism. So I don't need no stinking Bluetooth on my phone right now. So I'm just going to remember to disable that completely now. So we got Poker Face playing over here at the cart. And we got something hanging underneath the cart. Is that string? Oh, that's my airline for my air shock. Yep, it'll be okay. I got air shocks on this thing, so I'll have to fix that later. All right, so I'm going to put you up here. We're going to try to do that without losing the stream, because you know everything. And if you accidentally hit the power button, Prism stops. All right, there we go. Is that a good view? It's a little high. Let's go down here like that. We'll get some of the cart. We'll get both sides. And then I need to crank this down pretty tight. Really tight there. That should hold everything. All right, we're going to AutoZone, like I said before. And we're gonna see if they still take batteries to recycle, because I don't know I haven't done that in a while. So maybe I'll start my little workout here to see how far we go. How do we do this? Workout. We're gonna do outdoor cycling. That's what we're gonna tell it. We're riding a bike. All right, so once the cycle stuff kicks in, I can read the chat pretty good. We got Marjo, we got Justin, Sun Honey, Katie, Sea Earth or something like that. Blue Sky, Blue something something. All right, so I'm still trying to get GPS. There we go. All right, boom. Now we're cycling. At least my watch thinks so. I know you can't see it, but all right. So it said no, we're not having this. So we're gonna start over again. Here we go. I'm gonna plug in. No, I'm not gonna plug in the power. I'm not gonna trust anything, because knowing Prism, you plug in your power. We don't need it right now. It'll restart the stream, right? All right. So how smooth is this gonna look? There's no gimbal, so we're doing this gimbal free. Look, Mom, no hands. We got bees in the chat. See Justin and Katie, Sun Honey. I think I saw Loud Red in there on the first stream that crashed. Like I said, I was streaming about 5 minutes ago, and as soon as I turned the radio on the cart, it immediately tries to connect to my phone. Even though I clicked block, that froze up. Prism crashed. So it looks good this way. We're looking good that way. Let's do this. I see I got this set up to where I can move the camera like this. So how much would you pay now, huh? $20? What would you pay? $25? All right. I don't have my speedometer app on the cart right now. I used to have a tablet and a speedometer app to keep track of the miles. Okay, I got it in low gear. All right, rookie move. I'm in low gear. We can't be in low gear on a fast road. So regroup, put her neutral, put her in high. There. That should be high. We'll find out. Somebody really needs to fix the label. I need to paint the label on my little switches here. See, I modified this cart. And the label's off of my high and low switch. I modified the speed controller. There we go. Now we're cooking with butter. So we're cruising about 20, 21 right now. Some big bumps right here, so we're gonna kind of slow down, and these speed humps are hell on this cart because I got these air shocks. You think it would ride smooth, but no, the air shocks were made for a truck. So the air shocks are just lifting the suspension up and down. So it's not really giving us a smoother ride unless I run them on really low pressure, but then it doesn't lift the cart that much when I run it on low pressure. So we're gonna take the back road here. All right, we are running on sun power, sun juice right now. So as long as the sun is out, we don't tap into our 3 little lawnmower batteries. That's all I have in this cart is 3 $29 special Walmart lawnmower batteries. The little bitty, the smallest battery you can buy at Walmart for any kind of garden tractor or something. It's like 275 cranking amps, and I'd bet they're not even that. So it looks like the stream's pretty smooth, which is good. And I'm guessing because the geometry of the cart where I got it sitting, it's not sitting right over any suspension. It's kind of in the middle of the cart. All right, this guy's gonna hit me. That would have been great to have that on stream, right? We almost made it to AutoZone. I got into a head-on collision with a Ford Ranger. That one was close. That guy was taking that corner wide. And I'm always watching to see if somebody's coming around that corner. I'm glad he was watching. I'm gonna repaint the cart. Right now the front is black and the back is red. I'm gonna paint the front yellow, like French fries, and the back will be red, so it'll look like a thing of fries when I'm done with it. My goal is to make it look like fries. And luckily the back is already red, so it'll look like the fry pack on the channel. So that'll be kind of cool. So, did you hear that, or is this just misinformation, that New York is under some kind of emergency because of monkeypox, or is that just, is that misinformation? Can somebody, if New York is under some kind of emergency because of monkeypox, can you put a 1 in the chat? Can somebody verify that? So if New York is in some kind of emergency because of monkeypox, put 1 in the chat. Somebody could verify that for me, because I heard that earlier. I haven't had a chance to look into it. Hey, God Plan, big shout out to Lincoln Kane. God Plan, we're watching you work there. That means that we got some people over here from Lincoln Kane's chat. And we got somebody coming up behind me here. That's the same guy that almost ran me over a while ago. I don't like to go that fast on this cart just because it's not necessary. I like to cruise slow. So yeah, Lincoln Kane, if you're in the chat, put your link, or can somebody put Lincoln Kane's link in the chat? That'd be awesome. So anybody that's got a wrench, if you could go to Lincoln Kane's channel on YouTube's, and put his link in the chat. This is kind of a busy intersection. That's good. Okay, so that truck's gonna take over. At least he's got his blinker on. I'm gonna hit it. Yeah, I get a lot of stares. It sounds like it's riding rougher than it is. The cushion where I got the panel sitting on top of the cart is worn out. I need to replace the cushion, and so the panels are hitting the top of the cab on the cart, so it sounds rougher than it is. So I need to address that, because you should not hear any thumping. So yeah, if somebody could put Lincoln Kane's link in the chat, because I'm pretty sure we're getting raided by Lincoln Kane. I think Sun Honey just did that. So big shout out to Lincoln Kane. I was lurking his chat all morning, he just didn't know it, and then I kind of popped in his chat and said hi to people a couple hours ago. But I've been pretty busy today. Had some stuff come up at the radio station again. 2 days in a row, but that's okay. That's how the bills are paid, and I'm blessed to be able to work from home, not complaining. All right, so we're gonna hit it pretty hard here because there's a truck behind me. We're gonna go wide open here, catch a little wind. So we're going about 21, 20, 19, depends on the mood of the cart. It'll go 24 if I put bigger tires on the back. But when I put bigger tires on the back, I lose my my pulling power when I'm pulling the trailers. But this thing's got some pretty good off-the-line speed. Like I said, we're almost to AutoZone, then I'll put you on my wrist. Actually, I'm going to take a detour into this parking lot right here. We're going to have a little bit of fun before we go to AutoZone. This is a parking lot that everybody loves to play in. You can see the marks. So we're going to see how fast we can turn without flipping this thing. I'm going to have to hold on to the roof. It's not really coming up on 2 tires. We're going to see how sharp we can turn. Still doing pretty good. Pretty good low center of gravity there. You getting dizzy yet? Now let's go as sharp as we can go here. Woo! So even with all this weight on the top, I'm dizzy now. Woo! Holy shit. Ah, it's like a Six Flags ride right there, man. All right, even with all the weight on the top with the solar panels and without the extra weight with the batteries, with the not having any batteries hardly, you can still go pretty sharp. I was turning really sharp and pretty quick. I could have gone faster, but it's just gonna wear out the tires more. I'll be leaving too much rubber. So we're at AutoZone here. We're gonna find a nice place to park so I can watch the cart. I don't know if I'm gonna have cell coverage in here. So if it cuts out, then it is what it is. It can happen. I'm gonna back up right here. It's a busy AutoZone. I'm glad I didn't come up here to take the batteries today. I'm glad I'm just doing some shopping. Doing some shopping. All right, we're gonna park right here. Take the keys out, and then I'll put you on my wrist. I'm gonna read the chat real quick. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Yep. Katie. All right, so yeah, Lincoln Kane. Casey Jones is in the chat. Awesome. All right, so I'm gonna put you on my wrist. I got my little wrist mount thing that I made the other day. Looks pretty good, huh? I took a sock and cut the top sock off, and then I rigged this thing up here so I can put you on my wrist. So here we go. And I'm gonna put you on my wrist without hitting the power button. There we go. We'll go ahead and leave poker face on. My guy's hot rodding his bike. All right, so yeah, this is what we're riding in. Solar cart, 100% sun powered. It's my own design. It's got 3 little batteries, 3 little Walmart batteries. 1, 2, 3. They're 275 amp cranking amps, and these are 921. So they're almost a year old, and they're still in good shape. I see a little bit of corrosion building up on that one. I'm going to have to address. But yeah, this thing used to have 6 big Trojan batteries in it, and now it's got nothing. So that's what it's running on. And I can smell those batteries right now because I just put them under a little bit of stress. You can smell the off-gassing, the hydrogen. All right, so we're going into AutoZone here. We're just going to do a little shopping. We're probably going to lose cell coverage in here, so if we do, I'll restart the stream whenever I get back out. All right, so what we're doing is we're going to be looking to see what kind of batteries they got, because I'm going to recycle a whole bunch of batteries. I've probably got 12 batteries to take back, and I want to see if they have anything that I can use on the bug out solar trailer. So let's see. All right. I'm looking for a marine battery with the little, it's going to be about this size. I really just need a group 24. So something like this, but in a marine deep cycle is what I'm looking for. I usually get batteries from Wally World now, just because I'm there sometimes more, and I don't see any marine batteries. Here they are. All right, here we go. Marine battery. So yeah, I need maybe not even something this big, just for the bug out trailer. This is fine right here. So it doesn't have a date code on it. Isn't that something? So is that what they're doing now? They're not putting date codes on the batteries? Huh. So this one is how much? About 100, 130 bucks is what I'm looking for. This is a 27, that's a 31. So this is the 27, that's $110. All right, so they still sell marine batteries, and they have the handle. That's what I need. But look at the webs on this thing. It's got cobwebs and stuff. That means it's been there a while. You don't want to buy an old battery. And I don't see date codes on these. Let's see if we see date codes on the automotive batteries. See, that's one thing I like about Walmart. Walmart does this. 7/22. That's the date. This one's 7/22. Maybe they're on the side and I'm not seeing it, but I don't see any stickers on these marine batteries. That's bullshit. And see the webs? Okay, that one says April 22. All right, shipped April 22. So there is a sticker. All right, so I guess they just have a spider problem here. Maybe they put that battery in and the spider web was already there and it pushed it back. What's the date on this one? May, April, May. So this is a newer battery. These are 2 May batteries, so I would go for the newest. You always want to look for the newest battery. All right, so we're looking at about 130 bucks. I really don't need a big battery. I'll just take this one up there and see what the price is, because I would love to be able to Because I'm going to get about 50 bucks for my exchange. All right, I'll go over here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you give me a price on this? $129. Okay, cool. Do y'all still take batteries to recycle?
Yes.
How many do you take at a time? The limit used to be 5. You used to have a 5 limit.
It's 5 limit,
Okay.
and it has to be automobile batteries. It can't be any other battery with that anymore.
It can't be an AGM battery?
Well, yeah, it can be an AGM. Well, it
Absorb
can't be a
glass
lawn.
mat?
It cannot be a lawn and garden. It
It's
can't be
not?
like a wheelchair. It has to be an automotive.
Okay, yeah, it's an automotive. It's this size. Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. How much do y'all give for each battery?
$10. You give out $10 up to $6 a day.
We don't get inflation costs now?
Nope, I don't get inflation costs.
Because you know how things are up now. Yeah.
But my paycheck is still fine.
Yeah, my paycheck's the same too. How's that working?
It's working.
It's not working out for
I
us.
have to share expenses with 2 other people in my house. That's the only way it's working.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, with inflation, they should give us 25 bucks a battery. You know.
Like my cost of living raise was just 3%.
Yeah, I don't get a raise because
Yeah.
I work with a family business, so I couldn't
Yeah,
get
I
fired
know.
if I wanted to be
You
fired.
just have to work hard.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
So there you go. It's I still take batteries. I only do 5 at a time, and they're still $10. So I'll get about 50 bucks. And I didn't want to do it today because I just wasn't in the mood to be lifting batteries, and I wasn't sure if they still took batteries. And I kind of wanted to do a little bit of shopping to see what kind of batteries they had, because I might want to just get the battery at Walmart. But I want to price some oil and an oil filter, just seeing how stuff has gone up. Oil filter's 15 bucks. Now that's the mobile one, you know, for the synthetic crap. But your standard STP is almost 10 bucks now. Just a regular oil filter. And the dirt cheap ones are 6. Let's check some oil. Let's see what 5 gallons of oil is. I mean, sorry, 5 quarts. 5 gallons. So I normally get the synthetic Castrol, like 2030, or no, 1030. This is what I usually run, or 1030, 1040, depends on the truck. And at Wally World, that used to be like 24 bucks, and I used to order off Amazon, same oil for 17 to 18 bucks. So this is not the place to buy oil. The best place to buy oil is Walmart. They sell the exact same oil. It's way cheaper. Usually get it for about 12 bucks cheaper for the 5 quarts. Just a little heads up. Walmart's the best place to buy oil. All right, what else they got here? So let's look at some flare. Let's go look at the LEDs. Oh, I know what I wanted to look for. Trickle charger. I want to see if they sell any decent trickle chargers. So we still got Lincoln Kane in the chat. We got Bees. We got who else is in the chat? Sun Honey, Billy, God Plan. Cool. Got some new people in the chat. That's awesome. Appreciate that, Lincoln Kane, for bringing some new folks over. So here's a trickle charger. It's a 2 amp. And at Wally World, you can get this 2 amp trickle charger for about 20 bucks. 20 bucks at Walmart. And this one's out of place, so we're going to front it in the right spot. So this is the 2 amp. This one is $64 at AutoZone. You can get the exact same 2 amp one for about 20 bucks at Wally World. I do see one difference though. The clamping mechanism is a little bit different on this one, but it's probably made from the same electronics. It's a trickle charger. It's 2 amps. So that's one of those things. Look at this. 2,000 amps. What a joke. You're not going to get 2,000 amps, people, from this thing. This is not going to produce 2,000 amps. Now, it is a jump starter for 2,000 for a burst. But yeah, bursting amps, you'll get that, but not sustained. I'd love to see the specs on that 2,000 amps. somewhere in the fine print it'll say maybe for 5 seconds or 2 seconds, maybe 15 if it's really badass, but I don't think 15 seconds. It's more like 2 or 5 seconds you'll get 2,000 amps. So yeah, what I'm going to end up doing is just getting store credit with those batteries and just let that store credit fall over into this battery right here, and then this will go into the bug out cart, and we will be able to start running the water well on the bug out trailer. This is going to go in the bug out trailer. So that's the plan. Right now I'm running the water well on the house solar system, so I haven't really been using the solar power produced by the bug out trailer, but I want to start using that power to take the load off the house system so that I can run another window unit on the house system, so I can cool the house a little bit more on the sun power. See, I always laugh at this kind of stuff. Look at these cheap little hubcap replacements. Oh, here's what we need right here. That's what I need right there in the studio. I need some fake diamonds flare. What do you think, huh? Is that me right there? It's all me, right? Not a chance. Oh, look at these cool little phone holders. Now that's cool. That is kind of cool. You stick them in your air vents. That's kind of cool. These are garbage. Don't buy these. I bought one, it's already broke. So the charger that looks like this, don't buy it. Garbage. All right. Oh, we can even got little aliens. Look at that. So if you want to hold your phone, have your alien hold your phone. That's kind of cool. See, these things are bendable. But 16 bucks for this. $16. It's crazy. Stuff is going up, that's for sure. All right. I think we've seen enough. And I guess we had good coverage in here. So did it buffer in there at all? I'm gonna read the chat when I get back on the cart here. So yeah, here's the plans for the cart. I want to make it look like a French fry, like the fry on the Fry TV. So the back is already red. So the back I'm just gonna go with more red because it's just kind of faded looking. And I'm gonna have the red back here. I'll probably paint the seat red or do something with the seat. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the seat. Maybe that's where the fries will start off. So maybe that'll be yellow. And then this is all gonna be yellow. So it's gonna be like fries. I'm gonna experiment with it, but I know fries aren't yellow, but it'll be close to yellow. I'll figure it out. All right, I'm gonna put you back on the cart. We're gonna cruise around Golden Chick so we can smell some good old fried chicken from Texas. And I'm gonna do this without killing the stream. That's the goal. All right, rock and roll. All right, Loud Red says no buffering. All right, Fry, I just looked it up. Yes, Governor of New York has declared a monkeypox emergency. Oh my God. They're never gonna let this go. These people, and I bet they're telling people to wear masks. Now, wasn't it the, we're gonna go to Golden Chick here in a second. We're gonna go right over there. Wasn't it, they were saying that the gay men were spreading monkeypox? So how is a mask gonna help you from monkeypox? If you don't want to get monkeypox, don't be a dude having a sex with a dude. I mean, come on. But that's too simple. Okay, I should never read the chat when I'm drinking water. The new the new protection for monkeypox, the new mask is going to be Depends. Yeah. So everybody run around with Depends on their face. Wear it on your face. Or should it be a chastity belt made out of Depends? Or better yet, you can put a mask over your package. That's it. That's nice and sexy. A package mask. So yeah, that'll be a good photo shoot. Maybe I should do that. That's what I'll do, is I'll go back home. And of course the problem is, it's not a problem, but I don't own a mask, which is a good thing. So, yeah, you just put a mask over your package and that's gonna stop the monkeypox. I mean, it makes me want to watch Idiocracy so I can kind of relate a little bit more to what's going on in the world now. But yeah, if you haven't seen the movie Idiocracy, gotta watch it, because that's kind of where we're at right now. So they're taking their little order right there and getting some nice chicken. I like how I can spin around the camera a little bit. Isn't that kind of cool? We got some chicken up off in here. Everybody loves chicken. Who doesn't love the yard bird? So yeah, we're leaving the chicken place. We're going to take a spin around the over here to the Tex-Mex Mexican food place, and we're going to go up here like we're doing valet parking. All right, so we got somebody behind me that's driving really like they're in a hurry. So we're going to come up here like we're some kind of elite. Oh, there's somebody's key. Somebody's key down there. I wonder if I should go turn that in. Yeah, I'm gonna go pick that key up, and then I'm just gonna take it up to the door, just in case somebody lost it. It looks like it's been run over a few times. It's not a car key, it's a door key. Some type of door key. But I'm gonna go up here. I actually know the guys that own this place. I haven't talked to them in a long time. But we're gonna pull up here like we own it. Like we own the place. And we are closed every Tuesday. Alright, so I'm just gonna point the camera there, and I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna take the key out so nobody steals the car. I'm gonna go in and give them this key. Could be the key to this place, who knows? Alright, so he said it's probably not their key. It's all good. Alright, so now where should we go? Where are we going? This chat is like old times. Love it. Laugh out loud. Alright, some of my rims do the old work trucks. Some of my rims do that on old work trucks. I wish. You know what I want to have is I want to be able to have somebody to read the chat for me in my ear, like the old days. But it is sometimes a distraction whenever I'm on a good rant. So where should we go? You want to go up to the? Let's go take a tour of the place where I think that shouldn't be in business, because people should not be storing their stuff. If you got stuff and you're having to pay to store it, you might want to sell it. And I understand if you're building a house, or if you live in an apartment, or if you moved from somewhere and you need a place to store your stuff. But this is called solid ground storage. And these things can cost you $45 and up a month. And that adds up after a year. But look, they just added all this on about a year ago. This is all brand new. All that. it used to just be this building right here, and now it's now they've added all that. So I guess business is good. A lot of people are moving here, so I guess they're moving out of an apartment and they're storing their stuff. What ends up happening though is they store their stuff and they just kind of forget about it, and they'll just make the next payment. They'll make the next payment, and then before you know it, you're paying a lot of money. You're averaging $700 a year just to store stuff, and a lot of that stuff you could have just bought brand new in about 2 or 3 years for the money that you pay to store your stuff. So I used to have to store the radio station gear in one of these right over here at this same place, and I was paying like $45 a month back when it was a lot cheaper, all that radio station gear. And I finally said, okay, I'm done with this, and I'm just going to take it out, and I'm using that gear now. So I'm not using all of it, and some of it I shipped out to other radio studios. I wish I wouldn't have at this point. Here, let's go behind the building. Let's take the back way. So yeah, that place can cost you a lot of money. So think about that. If you got stuff in storage, some of that stuff you can just buy again for the money that you're paying to store it. I should find a way to get rid of it. Yeah. You know what would be cool is if Prism or YouTube came out with an app where you just put in your Bluetooth headphones, or any headphones. I don't like Bluetooth, but sometimes that's all you got. And it reads the chat to you. And you can respond back to the chat, some kind of text-to-speech, or actually if you're just watching the stream, you'll hear me respond, so that would be stupid. You wouldn't need text-to-speech. So we're gonna go back across this parking lot here, and I'm gonna pull up here under the shade tree, and I'm going to read the chat for a second. Here, we'll catch some speed. Whee! Coming in hot. All right, we're gonna just sit here. I'm gonna read the chat just for a second, see who all's in here. All right, we got Native in here, ORB, everybody. I see a lot of people. We still got Lincoln Kane in the chat. Big shout out to Lincoln Kane for sending all of his crew over here. We got Tie Guy. Don't get a speeding ticket. Is that what you said? Here, don't. What did Tie Guy say? Don't get speeding ticket. No, this thing maxes out at about 20 miles an hour right now with what I got it set up as, but it's completely sun powered, so we're running off sun juice right now. Let's see, whatever. Auctions, yep. Auction that stuff off if you don't need it. So y'all are talking about rims. I'm out of that loop, but yeah. All right, so we're gonna head across town, and we're gonna head downtown. We're gonna go that way. We're gonna stay off the main roads if we can. And I'm pretty happy with the way the video looks on the cart. It doesn't look like it's too shaky. And it looks like the solar panels aren't blocking the coverage of the cell. I'm not creating some kind of weird signal block, which is good with the solar panels. This is a big restaurant. This used to be a dance hall. I did a lot of gigs at that dance hall. A ton of gigs, video gigs, long hours recording bands, long hours, but it was fun. Back in the day when I used to drink, I was a party animal. I was crazy. Like I said, that bumping you heard, it's the solar panels hitting the top of the cab of the cart. It's not the suspension of the cart. I've redone the suspension on this thing because I've put over 1,000 miles on this thing since this is like version 5 of the cart, and I've got over 1,000 miles on this thing. So I've had to replace all the bushings, front, left, wheel bearing, or right, whichever one. The shocks, I'm running Gabriel air shocks front and back, so you can't see it, but right down here is where I fill up the air shocks on the front, and then right under my legs is where I fill up the air shocks on the back. So the front and back are independent air shock systems. Let's see, which way do we want to go? Let's go even more the back way. Let's go this way. So I need to fix the cushioning between the cab and the cart, so it's not so loud. We're gonna get on a road that's kind of fast traffic, but I'm gonna nail it. I'm gonna give these batteries a little workout. So when I floor it, it taps into the batteries. But if I'm just feathering the accelerator, it's running for the most part on the 100% solar power when we're in the sun. And these panels are capable of putting out 11 to 12 amps each at 13.8 to 14 volts. These are very efficient panels. I researched and found the best panels for my use case for this cart. So they're very high amp panels, low voltage panels. So that's what I needed for my application. I needed high amperage, low voltage. And when I say low voltage, 17 volts is open circuit voltage on these panels, if I remember right, 17 or 18. Your normal 12 volt panel is around 20 to 21 to 22 open voltage. But the benefit you get from lower voltage panels is you gain the higher amperage, and the amps is what I needed for my charge controllers that I'm using on my design here. It works perfect for my design. And this is the most optimum setup that can be created with the existing materials that I could come up with. So this is kind of a bad spot to be pulling out here. So I'm gonna wait for no cars. Now there's a truck, but we're gonna hit it and get it. So the battery sags down to 11.5. We're at 11.7. We're getting about 6 amps from, we're getting about 8 amps from the panels right now. So every time we hit a little shade pocket, like right there, the amps go down just for a second. But then we're running on a lot of sun power right now. The batteries are at 12 volts, 12.3, 12.2. So we're doing pretty good with the sun juice. Like I said, anytime we go in the shade like that, the batteries drop down just for a tad bit, but not much. And when I let off the accelerator like that, we're coasting. The batteries are back up to 13.1, and each battery's getting about 8 amps right now from the sun. We're gonna pull over right here. We're gonna pull into this little train station they just built. Check it out. See how far we can go in this parking lot. So yeah, we're getting about 8 to 7.5 amps right now with each one of those little lawnmower batteries. And I got it designed where I'm charging in parallel and I'm consuming the power in series traditionally like the cart would normally work. So I'm charging in parallel and consuming in series, if that makes any sense to you. If you got any kind of electrical background, that does make sense to you. So I wonder if we can go, how far can we go in here? Let's see, can we make it in between the little sidewalk things here? Now, pulling in's the easy part. Backing out's gonna be the hard part. If you're scared, say you're scared. Let's just go up and kind of touch the steps. We could actually go up these steps. This thing's got enough torque. Let's see if we can go up the steps. All right, we made it up the first step. Yeah. All right. All right, that was fun. We could go up those steps, but we wouldn't have enough. I don't think we'd have enough. We'd high center, but we could get the front wheel on the top of those steps if we wanted to. I know I could. But yeah, that was pretty rough. That's what I'm talking about. We left some black marks there. I'll check out this old El Camino. Oh, he's not going this way. No, yeah, he is. All right, check out this. It's either El Camino or Ranchero. See, that's the way we do it in Texas. See that? You got your girlfriend or your wife in the back of the truck or the El Camino and your dog. That's how we roll. That's freedom right there. And I can smell the rich running exhaust, so he's got the carburetor set a little bit too rich. Needs to lean the carb out a little bit because it's, I smell a lot of unburned fuel. But that's just the mechanic in me. But yeah, it triggers me sometimes when I smell people's exhaust system running too rich. I'm thinking, dude, just adjust your carb just to lean it out a little bit. Don't be scared, lean it. You're not gonna burn up your piston, your valves, just lean it out a little bit. It'll be all right. So these are the new sidewalks they're adding. So here's the plans, I think, with the city. So that's the new train station. And, you know, they got Agenda 21 or Agenda 30 now. So I'm thinking that what they're going to do is these railroad tracks go all the way into Austin. So this is probably going to be the light rail going into Austin for all the man bun people that want to come over here and visit our town. And they'll probably have more stack and pack businesses over here. And I don't know if it's zoned for it, but it looks like there's plenty stuff ready for a foundation there. They'll probably have businesses all the way down, is my guess, the hills there, at least where that tree line is back there. And then on this side, obviously, I think they're going to do the same thing. This will probably, instead of being the parking lot for the police department like it used to be, this will be stack and pack businesses. Just like this right here is probably going to be another business right here. Because why else would they be jazzing up the sidewalks and putting in the train depot? I mean, that train depot is not being used right now, but it's going to be used for something. So my guess is they're going to be moving people from Austin to Elgin. Yeah, that's it. Austin to Elgin. And see, they got sidewalks they're working on here. So they're putting them in everywhere. Yeah, it's nice to just kind of cruise around in the cart. I'm used to being on the bike and being a little bit dehydrated when I'm riding. All right, get off the, let's see, get off the tracks. Danger. Those tracks, I could see if a train was coming, and I could push the cart if the cart stalled out. I'm scared. I'm scared of the Bible. God plan. We got comedians in the chat. That's funny. All right, let's go to the park. Let's do this. We're going to the park. Let's go to the park. That's a nice place to go. We're going to go visit the duckies. So there's a church. There's the volunteer fire department. And that's the church. One of the 50 churches in this town. There's a lot of churches in this town. And ahead of us, what do we have? We have another church. There was a car pulling up slow behind me. I was thinking, what is that, a cop? I mean, these new cars are pretty quiet. Hello, puppy. So yeah, we're heading to the park. Here's another church. Did I say there's churches in this town? Oh, and just in case you don't have a church there, there's a church right there. There's literally a church right there. There's a church there, and then there's a church right there. And Yeah. So, anybody need to go to church? We got plenty of them around here, and that's just this part of town. They're all over everywhere. Dude just cruising around on a golf cart. Yep, that's me. It's solar powered golf cart. This is my own design. There's not another cart in the world like it. It's the only solar powered golf cart that actually runs off 100% solar power. It's been that way for years. And as long as the sun is out, you can go as far as you want to go. At nighttime, it starts tapping into the batteries. Bible Belt, no. This is not really the Bible Belt. That's more around Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's kind of the Bible Belt. But yeah, Texas has a ton of churches, so maybe from somebody else's point of view. Oh, did you need another church? Did I say there's churches around here? Here's another church, okay? I forget how many there is, but there's a ton in this town. So yeah, there's another church. There's the parish hall. This is where my parents used to have a bakery, right here. It was called the Bake Shop. That building wasn't there, and it was our bakery when I was a kid. So I used to walk from the school that's over there, down this sidewalk, or this sidewalk, and walk straight to the bakery to wash dishes, to then be working. So yeah, you had to earn your keep whenever you were a kid my age. You didn't get to mess around. You wash them dishes. Shut up, slave. Get in the kitchen and wash them dishes. And I washed a ton of dishes when I was a kid. And it wasn't just a few. When you own a bakery, it was a huge stainless steel sink, like 3 bays wide or something, I can't remember. And you're washing and you're washing and you're washing dishes, and they just never go away. And as soon as you think you're done, we had homemade pasta, noodles, chicken noodles, you name it. Reese's Pieces, peanut butter cups, all kinds of candy, donuts, cakes, tuna fish sandwiches, any kind of deli sandwich you can think of. Wedding cakes. My mom specialized in wedding cakes, and I helped her haul them, because when you make a wedding cake, you have to haul it, and there's a sign you can put on the back of your car. It says, you know, hauling wedding cakes, so you could go slow with your flashers on. So here's a swimming pool. It's not a church. This is actually a swimming pool this time. We're not driving by a church. So yeah. So this is kind of the town swimming pool there. And now we're at the park here. Let's see. Let's just putt around down here like we own the place. Let's just cruise around here real slow. So we're just gonna putt real slow. I'm sure there's a law that's being broken right here, but you know, I like to exercise my freedoms. So we're gonna do that right here. So the ducks are back over here. And there's a squirrel. So yeah, the ducks are sleeping back over there. I'm not gonna take it on the sidewalk, but we're just gonna hang out in the grass. We're gonna go in this little dip area. Let's hope it's not blocked off by a tree that's fallen over. That is where they do the baptisms. Yeah, yeah, they did the baptisms in that water right back there. Yeah. So there is some poison ivy over here, so you gotta be careful about that. So I guess people do pull in here and park, because I just saw some dually marks. Or it looks like somebody came through here and did some donuts. So this is a pretty cool little hill to climb on the cart. It does test out the traction. You can't see how steep it is, but it's pretty steep. It tests out the traction and the torque of the cart. So let's see if we can still go up this hill. I haven't gone up this hill with this new setup. So you can see a hole in the ground right there. That's where the erosion, it's getting worse every year, but it used to be back there, but they're gonna have to work on this. So I used to be able to go up this hill in this cart back when I had the bigger batteries, but now I have these small lawnmower batteries. So I don't know if it's gonna have enough torque to go up this hill. So here we go. Oh yeah, I'm not even flooring it. I'm just easing into the accelerator. Batteries sag down to about 11.9 to 12 volts. Now we're back up to 12.5 on each one of the batteries. Remember, this is a 36 volt cart. So when I'm telling you one battery voltage, just multiply it by 3 and that gives you the overall voltage, what the motor is actually seeing on the charge controller. I mean on the speed controller. Fry, your golf cart needs some big tires. No, if I put big tires on it, I would lose my tugging power, my low end torque. I had big tires on the back. So yeah, I have smaller tires on the back now, and then the big ones on the front. So it gives me a little bit more clearance off the ground. Plus I put the air shocks on it, and the air shocks give me that suspension lift that I was looking for. So it works good. This is the perfect setup here. Trust me, this is like version 5 of the solar cart. So this is about as good as it gets with the current equipment. The current solar panel technology, this is about the highest powered panels that I can get for the surface area with the amperage that I was looking for, because I'm looking for low voltage, high amps. So here's where they filmed Varsity Blues, one of the scenes in the movie. You might recognize this. I'll show you here, but just look at the movie Varsity Blues, and this is where they filmed a lot of the some of the footage a lot back in the day. If you remember that, this was it. And they did some filming downtown as well. This was all lit up at night. It was a nighttime scene, so you could see it from all around town. They had this thing lit up, and of course everybody was out here watching them film it. It was kind of a big deal. There's been a lot of movies filmed in this town, a ton of movies. What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Varsity Blues, an old movie, can't remember the name of it, where they flew the airplane down the middle of Main Street. What was that, Waldo Pepper? Something Waldo Pepper. This was a movie. They flew it right down Main Street, and there's aerial footage of the town back in the day. I think the movie's called something Waldo Pepper or something. Anyway, they filmed Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think there's movies called Corn. They filmed a lot of that. They filmed some of that out at my grandpa's house. I think there's movies called Corn. Just movies. Used to, this was a big place for Hollywood, but now I don't think they get the tax breaks to film movies here. So it was something that the state had set up with the film industry to where they get some kind of incentive or something. I don't know exactly what went on there. But yeah, they don't film very many movies around here anymore because there's no incentive. But yeah, when I was a kid, this is where we'd hang out underneath the bleachers at the football games and get into trouble and, you know, play our steelies and our marbles and whatever you call it. Oh, look at this whirlwind. Look at this. Look at that. I can feel it right here. You hear that? Wow. That's like a little miniature tornado right there. Wow. Look at that. I can feel it from here. The wind's blowing pretty good. Look at it. It's coming up right there. You can see the smoke cloud. I'm glad we went. Man, if we'd have got caught in that, that would have been a mess. It's still going pretty hot. We call them dirt devils here, whirlwinds, dust devils. Now, when I grew up on a farm, those things used to go through the corn patches and the maize patches all the time. And whenever it would go through the corn or maize patch, it would pick up the old dead leaves of the maize and the corn, and you could see how tall the the tornado, we can call it a tornado, miniature tornado, is in the sky. And that thing would go up hundreds of feet in the sky. Sometimes 300-400 feet or more, you'd see the dust devils up in the sky. But because there's not enough debris for it to pick up here in town, it's not going to be visible up there. So let's see if we can see it going across here. It already moved. I think it already crossed the road here. Yeah. Well, let's go to the other park while we're down here. Yeah, it already crossed the road. Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, those things get pretty intense here. So we're going to the other park now. And we're gonna have to cross Main Street to do this. How's it going? So here we go. We're gonna step it up a notch. We're gonna pull some little, we're pulling on our batteries a little bit when we do this. Batteries are sagging at 11.7, but now they're back up to 13 when I let off the accelerator. So we're gonna go the back way. Let's see. They're working on this old house. They've been working on it for a while. We're gonna cross the road. There's a truck coming pretty fast. So we're gonna go the back way here to the back of the park. What's up there? I think your chat says Pure something. I'm bouncing around on the cart, so it's hard for me to read the names. Harp Dirt Devils, yeah. Right? Harp is up there just playing around, just kind of sparking it a little bit. Just barely putting some voltage to it. Yeah, Harp Dust Devils. So this is kind of the back way to the park here. This is technically not a place where people come through unless it's a holiday or a special event in town where they have something at the park. You'll see people come back here and this is where they park. And you can't get through here in a vehicle unless it's a small vehicle or unless you're in a golf cart. So that's another convenience of having a solar powered golf cart, is you can do this number right here. You can come around here and kind of sneak around that guide wire right there. And this is a little baseball field. And then you got to sneak around the broken glass. Somebody's been playing around. So yeah, we are at the park now. This is where they have cook-offs, Elgin Western Days, lots of barbecue cook-offs. The dances are held at the tennis court right there. But here's a nice little shady area that everybody hangs out at right here. So this is where you eat your barbecue. You can play chess or checkers. And it's built on, that's kind of new. So look at that, they got the little chess and checker boards. That's chess and checkers. That's, I don't know what the name of that game is. And there's more chess and checkers, and there's that game. I think you play with the little marbles. I don't know. I'm not a big board game person. I don't know what that game is. Never seen that one before. But yeah, that's kind of cool. That's a new addition. I don't know what that game is. Yeah, I know what chess and checkers looks like though. That's old school. I know what that looks like. Yeah, so this is kind of peaceful right here. Pimp the cart. New reality stream. This cart is pretty pimped already. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. We'll see if we can do this without losing our stream. See, like I said, I got the bigger wheels on the front and the smaller on the back to give me more torque off the line. I used to have the big ones all the way around, but when I was pulling the trailer, These are big. These are like little small trailer wheels. Those are big. I mean, look. I got big feet. Look at that. I got a size 12 or something. Let me see what size these are. These are size 12. All right. So yeah, these are big wheels and tires for this cart. And this is actually a bigger series tire that the cart calls for. This is actually a DOT tire. So this is approved. Both of these are DOT tires. So technically I'm legal to travel in this cart because of this slow moving vehicle sign. And I have DOT tires on the front and back. So I have DOT approved tires. That's Department of Transportation here in Texas. That's what they call it. This is technically my tractor. I got the 2-inch ball on it, and I got it to where my bumper goes up and down. I had to rig that up. I had to cut this back metal plate off, and then this is how I haul the trailers with the cart. This is just flare. It's just a blank spot, but I put that there just kind of for fun. But yeah, this thing's completely legal as long as I stay off of the roads. Anything posted over 40 miles an hour, I technically cannot be on. So this road down here is my limits. I'm pretty sure it's either 40 or 35, I can't remember. But there's a reason why I stay off this part of the road, but everything else downtown I can cruise on, and I'm completely legal. But yeah, I know it looks rough right now. It used to look a lot better. Everything's faded, but here's where you fill up the air shocks on the back. Got my little skull thing here. So minimum 25 PSI, maximum 200. We got our little skull cap there. See, that's cool. And then I fill it up. These are for the back air shocks. And this is where I fill up the front. It's on the dash right here. So I don't know if you can see that. It looks dark on the camera to me, but that's where I fill up the front. So they're independent air shocks on the front and back. And I got them to fit from a truck. You can see the air shocks. They have the bigger diameter shock. And they got the little air tubes coming off of them. I don't know if you can see that. There's the air tubes for the air shocks. And I've done some front end modification. So I had to, my little steering mechanism here, I had to space it up with these spacer nuts because of the way I raised the suspension, because I wanted these air shocks in there and the bigger tires. So it's got a wannabe lift kit on it, my way. It's technically got a lift kit, but without the lift kit. And I took a spring out of the front. This thing normally has 2 leaf springs in the front. I took the extra leaf spring out because I wanted it to be able to have less weight and a better ride. Because remember, this thing was set up to have 6 Trojan batteries in it. Heavy ass batteries. Now it has 3 little lawnmower batteries. Little bitty. There's a little battery. There's a little battery. And there's a little battery. And I got that styrofoam in between the batteries just so they don't knock into each other. And then here's where the airlines for the air shocks on the back. And this is the modifications I did to the speed controller to go from high and low speed on the fly. And I moved my controls up here on the steering column. The controls used to be here on the dash. And I moved them to the steering column. So this is where it's more like a regular vehicle. You got your key here and your front and back. And this is the modification I did to the speed controller. This is high speed and this is low speed. And then this is your taking it and putting it in neutral. If you need to pull it, you got to put it in neutral so it bypasses the speed controller. So yeah, and here's the solar panels. There's 600 watts on the roof, and they're dirty right now. But I need to clean them. They'll be more efficient. But these are 200 watts each panels. They're very kind of rare panels. They're high amperage, low voltage, 200 watt specialty panels for my project. Made by a company called New Power. And yeah, 17 volts, low voltage, high amps. 12.5 amps. I've seen these things push out almost 13 amps before. Very high amperage for a 12 volt panel, and that's what you want for when you're doing stuff like this. But yeah, see, here's my little cushion stuff. It's kind of breaking down in the middle. It's come off the middle. That's why we're hearing that flopping sound. So I need to add more cushiony stuff. So we get rid of that flex, but yeah, pimping the cart out. And this is how I mounted the cart panels. These are PVC. This is just PVC on the back and PVC on the front. I got this little frame that I built out of PVC and wire, and it holds the panels up. Because remember, everything's temporary in life, so why treat anything so permanent? Especially material things. So I do things that are pretty temporary, and they stay there for a long time. All right, I'm gonna put you back here on the cart. All right, now I'm gonna catch up with the chat, and we're gonna keep on cruising. So if you want me to see the chat, just make sure you put @FryTV now. It kind of helps me read it a little bit better if you want to address something to me. All right. Wires need to be hidden. Like I said, pimp my cart. Wires need to be hidden. Who cares about the wires? I actually like to see wires because when there's a problem, you know where your wires are at. So I don't have a problem with wires. My whole life is around wires. That's my business was about wires. So look at that little says Ass Jack. Somebody's got a little graffiti action going there. Ass Jack. That's funny. Not jackass, but Ass Jack. Yeah, I've always been function over fashion with anything in life. So this is a functioning cart. There's not one in the world like it, and it's the only one that's completely 100% sun powered. It's never plugged into the grid, and it can run off 100% solar power up to 5 or 6 miles an hour. It never taps into the batteries. And if you ease up into 10 miles an hour, you can almost do 10 miles an hour, and it runs completely on the solar panels. So in theory, this thing does not need batteries to go 10 miles an hour. It only starts tapping into the batteries whenever you exceed 10 miles an hour, but as soon as you're off the accelerator, it immediately starts charging the batteries. And because they're very small batteries, they charge back very fast. Does that make sense? There's going to be a test later. It's going to be a 3-part test, and it's going to be timed. All right. My panels are only 120 volt, 7 amps. You have AC panels, so you must have inverters on your panels. Yeah, they put a lot of micro inverters on panels now, and that would not work in this situation. So we're just coasting. So right now we're charging our batteries. Our batteries are 13.4. We're just cruising down here. I wish they paved this whole area because this is so smooth. All right. So I don't think I've ever gone up into this gazebo thing. Can we stay on the sidewalk? But I got on the front wheels, because they're so tall and narrow, I got about 4 inches on each side. And on the back, I have about 1 inch of space on each side to where, yeah, let's go up here. To where I can be on the sidewalk. So we're going to kind of do some off-roading there just for a second. Go off in that little thing right there. We're going to go up in here. I don't think I've ever been in here in the cart. This is kind of cool. Echo! So now we can see the handiwork of somebody here. Somebody's got some talent. Let's see if we can get this on camera and get this in focus nice. All right, there. Look at that. So yeah, you see in the painting, here's the funny thing about the painting. So let me show you what you're looking at here. So this is the junior high gymnasium. That's where I grew up playing dodgeball and stuff. So that's the junior high gymnasium. This is that church on the corner that I pointed at. So we pointed at one of these churches. This is the old Remington building on Main Street. that is now the City of Elgin building. This is Myers Barbecue off of 290. This is Southside Barbecue off of 290, right beside Sonic. So when I cruise through Sonic, this is the barbecue place. And they filmed Who Killed What's Eating Gilbert Grape. They filmed it right beside this place. So there was a little building right here, the Southside, where they filmed that movie. So that's another movie they filmed here that I forgot. I actually met Johnny Depp that day. This is the old depot train station right there. And I don't know what this is. Oh, this is the park. This is the old hospital. It looks like that they converted to the park. Yes, because the park's behind here. This was our old hospital. Where the swimming pool is where this building is. And I guess that's why they got the water running through there. But I don't know what this building, I think this is a church as well. This is a church, pretty sure. And I'm not sure about what this building is. So, and that's the water tower in town. That's our water tower. So, there you go. I don't know if any of that audio came through, but are we having fun yet? It's buffering. Oh, well, that sucks. All right, we're in a Faraday cage, so we're gonna get out of buffer land. I'm getting out of buffer land. Well, that sucks. If that was buffering, then I wasted my time. So, we'll see if it comes out of buffer land here. So we know we can't go through there because of buffering. So let's see if it's good in the chat. Put 1 if it's good. 2 for buffering, 1 for good. Or I guess I could say B for buffer, G for good. Yeah. So if it's buffering, put in B for buffer. And if we're good, put in G for good. But yeah, I noticed lost a lot of people. That's okay, because of the buffer. That's all right. It happens. We'll head on back to the old house, seeing how we buffered out. And there's the tennis courts. I don't even know if I'm still streaming anymore. But yeah. This used to be where you could pull up in here and park under this tree and eat your golden chick. But they got sidewalks here now, and you're not supposed to drive through here like you used to be able to. So. So it looks like I'm back now from Bufferland. Does it have lights for night? I put some ground effect lights, so the front has blue LEDs that kind of glow on the front. But I used to have lights on it, but here's the thing. It's a solar cart, and the benefit of a solar cart is to cruise around in the daytime. So I don't do any night cruising in this cart just because it would be using the batteries, and I really don't have anywhere to go at nighttime on this cart. So I don't have lights on it anymore. I used to have 2 lights on the front, actually 3, but no more lights on the cart because it's just too dangerous to be cruising around here. Look at the flowers right here. Look at this. This is the coolest thing right here along the sidewalk right here. Look at that. So yeah, no more lights on the cart. It's just 10 years ago, you could cruise around on the streets at nighttime around here and it wasn't so bad, but now it's kind of crazy. All right, we're gonna do a little off-roading here to get back on the road to then again get on the back roads here. We're gonna stay off Main Street. And we're gonna go, which way should we go back across town? 9G for good. Okay, yeah. So here comes a truck. Hopefully he goes around me. So if you just put G in the chat, there's a pretty big delay then maybe. Who knows? It's nice and cool today. I don't have a temperature gauge on the cart. I guess I need to get one. But it's probably 92 right now. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to come up to this intersection, shy of the intersection, so this other car goes. That way I'm not dealing with the traffic. Somebody says buffer. So is it still buffering? Let's see, which way should we go back? Let's go back the other way. So it's good. All right. We're gonna get some speed up here in a second. Once we get past this bump. We're gonna open her up here a little bit. Well, not yet. It's still pretty bumpy. Alright, now we're gonna hit her. Alright, we're pouring the coals to it, literally. And we're almost topped out. Like I said, I'll fix the bumpy solar panel, so that'll be the next thing I do with this car. Is, I'll fix the solar panels. So they're not making so much noise. Because yeah, it's pretty loud for me. But my little cushion that used to cushion the solar panels fell off one day. And it's actually underneath the seat here. And I never put it back on. That's why it's making all that sound. I guess I could stop and put them on right now. We could do that. But really, that's just a waste of time on the stream. Alright, so that's that water tower that was painted on that mural is right there in front of us now. That's the water tower. So of course we got a car behind us. We're gonna stay in the bike lane right here. Actually, there's a bike lane, I just noticed. Right here, we're just gonna cruise in the bike lane. Okay, so they call this a bike lane. I don't know. It just seems like, what's the point? I didn't even know there was a bike lane on this road until just now, and I've cruised through here on my bike all the time and I never noticed it. All right, we're gonna get some speed going down this hill here. So we're wide open right now. Our batteries are at 13 volts each. This drivetrain on this cart's got a lot of miles on it. It's got well over 1,000 miles. So yeah, this is still the bike lane right here. I never noticed, but yeah, we have a bike lane in our town. Right here. Of course, I can't stay on it right here because of the trees. So we're gonna get off the bike lane. We're pulling the hill. We're at 11.2 volts. We got some sag going on our batteries. Now we're back up to 12.3. So we're really using our batteries a little bit today because we're in a lot of shady areas. But I'm putting it to the test. This is the longest I've been on this version 5 of the cart. I usually just stay on the property and not take it out on the road that much. So this is the longest ride that I've taken it on the streets since I've had this version 5 of the solar cart. So we're gonna go across the street here. Oh, here's another church. We haven't seen this one yet. So yeah, there's just another church, just in case you don't have enough churches. There's a church there. There's a church there. And then the church we saw on the mural at the park is the church right there on that corner up there. So yeah, we got some churches here. All right, there's our post office. All right, so here's a truck that doesn't see me, so I'm just gonna stop. Go ahead. And there's the police department right there on the right. And we'll come up here. We're gonna jump up into the little hangout area here. It's another cool thing about being on this cart. You can go all these little places like this. So we're back over here where the train depot is, and here's a World War I cannon right there. When I was a kid, I used to play on this thing a lot, but this was at the park that we came from where the mural was. So this was at the other park, and they moved it down here for whatever reason. I guess it gets more attention. I don't know. But yeah, in memory of World War I veterans from Elgin, from the Elgin area. It's an old cannon. And I guarantee you that cannon wasn't made in China. China. That's not a China cannon. This is a cool little area. This is where the farmers market is. Nice and peaceful. There's our Chamber of Commerce building, which used to be part of the depot area. So that's the Chamber of Commerce building. And the crossroad, the cross tracks. So the railroad tracks have a crossing right here. And that's the old depot station, which at one time, after it was a depot, it was a police station. So we'll just sit here for a second, and we'll do some people watching right here, right by the tracks. We'll just kind of sit here. We're in the shade, but here's the cool part. We're in the shade, and we're still getting almost 2 amps per panel. Not quite. It was more just a second ago. I guess the clouds, but when the sun comes back out, even though we're in the shade and it's shady a little bit outside, we're still getting close to 2 amps per battery, and each battery is at, I don't think you can see that, 12.8 volts, almost 2 amps when the sun comes out. So we're still charging even when it's kind of cloudy right now, and we're in the shade, literally in the shade, in 2 ways. We're under the shade tree, and it's cloudy. So that's pretty cool. So like I said, this is the cross track, so the tracks go this way and that way. And we got these little taco, I don't know what you call them, but they got them a nice setup right there. Taco trailers. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 taco trailers right down here. Yeah, I have a horn on the cart, and I'll blow the horn when there's no cars. It's a loud car horn. So here's the horn. It's one of those extra loud car horns, and I got the foot switch set up I rigged it up here. So the horn is down here. See? I got the switch down here. So yep, it has a horn. The one thing I don't have is blinkers. I might put blinkers on it one day, and maybe I'll do that because I'm streaming more now. And yeah, I might put blinkers on it because I don't like doing signals all the time. So yeah, they're not taco trucks. They're taco trailers. They're not attached to any vehicle, so I would call them a taco trailer and not a truck. But I lived off roach coaches when I worked in construction, and that was my favorite part of the morning, is when the roach coach would show up. Everybody got to go take a break, and I would go get like a potato and egg taco with lots of good hot sauce, and maybe a honey bun. That was the way to roll back then. And see, this is downtown area on that side. We're not sitting on the tracks, we're sitting beside the tracks, so don't get all freaked out about it. There used to be a movie theater right there, or that open space is there, and when I was a kid, I remember watching movies there, and one of the movies that we watched there was The Creep Show. You ever seen the movie The Creep Show? I watched it when it first came out, and that movie theater that's not there anymore, but we did have an old movie theater, a one-screen movie theater in town, and it was creepy. It was old when I was a kid, so the ceiling was all falling in, you know, it was leaky. It was great though, and that's back when we were hooligans and we were wearing those vests as kids, so we thought we were cool little kids wearing a little vest, if you know what I'm talking about. Had our little boots, our roach killer boots, the pointed toe boots with our vest. Yeah, we were little hooligans back in the day, little country hooligans. Sirens too, let's pull somebody over. I don't have sirens. Hey, Melissa's Freedom. Guys and gals, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe, share. That would be awesome. Yeah, the channel still loses about 30 subs a day, and that's not because I'm doing anything wrong. Remember, the channel had a ton of growth during Canada's convoy and the US convoy. And a lot of people in Canada unsubscribe if I'm not covering stuff in Canada. Same way with the US, that's fine. I'm taking the channel a little bit different direction. Health, wellness, preparation, entertainment. So I think the number one thing is, if you don't have your health, you're not prepared for what's coming. And if you don't have your health, you don't have wealth. And if you don't have wealth, you're pretty poor when it comes to that. And I think we all need to be wealthy at this point to get ready for what's coming. There's going to be a lot of shortages of everything, and common sense is going to be the number one shortage that we're going to see in our near future. Is common sense is going to be a thing of the past if it isn't already. So get prepared for the lack of food, the lack of common sense, the lack of empathy, the lack of power. There's going to be just a bunch of scarcity, but if you have your health, you can get through anything. It helps you mentally, spiritually, and physically. So if you're not focused on your health, maybe it would be better if you could. How's it going? All right, we're going to cross the road now. We're just going to get over here and get lined up to go this way. Now it's really hard to get through this little spot. Here, let's go over here real quick. All right, so we're not buffering, we're still doing good. We still here out old movie theater. You still have an old movie theater where you're at. Cool. This is the old train depot, and when I was a kid, it was the police department. So they converted the train depot into a police department, and then after that, it turned into like a museum, like it is now. So, been in there many times. So this, I think the cart could climb up this pretty easy. What do you think? Do you think we can get up this concrete? You think we got enough ground clearance? Look at that. Look at that action. Huh? Solar power. Let's see how much clearance we got right here. All right, so let's just have a little fun. So I designed this thing to have a lot of ground clearance, and look at that. See that? We got plenty. Look at that. So that's the air shocks working for me right there. I did it my own version of a lift kit. These are the air shocks, and it's got it lifted up pretty high. We could go up a little bit higher, but then I'll lose my steering mechanism, so I have that safety. But yeah, I can go straight up this with no problem in this cart that's running on sun juice. Of course, it's pretty cloudy right now, so we're tapping into our batteries to do this. So let's see if we can make it the rest of the way up. What do you say? We're really tapping into our little bitty lawnmower batteries to do this. But let's see if we can do it. All right. Look at that. Like it wasn't even there. It was a little creepy. But it did it with no problem. So this is where the kids play on their skateboards. And I can't imagine doing this now, being 51 years old, on this concrete. And look at this. Perfect example. So you got this wood right here. You got all these splinters. And this is a metal piece of pipe. So you come up here, boom, you hit your head right there. Somebody left their change right here. So somebody left their change. So we could have some souvenirs for the ride. We could put these in the studio. This one's got paint on it. We can take this penny that's got paint on it. Look at that. So somebody painted right here. The penny has paint. I don't know if you can see that. Can you even see me on camera? But yeah, somebody left their change. Somebody left their change. So there's all kinds of graffiti here. We'll leave the change there. We're gonna take the penny that's got paint. So that'll be part of the studio flair. For our, I like to take something back from every ride. So we're leaving the quarters and the dimes and the nickels. So I smell right now barbecue lighter fluid for some reason. For some reason I smell lighter fluid from a barbecue pit. And that's weird, because I don't see any barbecue pits around here. I guess from the taco trailers, somebody's starting a fire over there. So I'm not going to go off this, even though I have enough ground clearance. That's just going to be too rough. That's a hell of a drop. So we're going to back up, and we're going to go back over here. This used to be an old dry cleaners. So this was the foundation of the dry cleaners that we had here in town, and it burned up one night. There's a lot of stuff that have burned up in this town, and I don't know if it's insurance or what. All right, so we're gonna go down where we came up, right here. Here we go. It's going to be a little rough. Not too bad. That wasn't bad. That's not too bad. A little bit, one more bump. And boom. All right, see? Well done. See, that's what we just came from. We just went up that. You know, I'm going to go down this next time because it's not as steep as I thought. I didn't really realize it was a two-tier step. So we could probably go up this just as well going down it. Yep. Yeah, we could go up this. But it's getting a little rough and a little late in the day to be abusing the cart like that. But it will climb that and go up that. But there's no point in doing that right now. Are we having fun yet? All right, so the sun is at a pretty good angle right now away from us. So we're getting about 5 amps for each battery. And that's not a lot. When the sun is straight overhead and as close as it can be to the earth, it is we'll get about 11 to 10 amps per panel, which is amazing. So today is a pretty big spray day. If you're keeping up with geoengineering, there's downtown. Today's been a really big spray day. They've been spraying a lot out in that direction, so we don't have any blue skies. So that does also cut in on the solar power production. That guy's going pretty good. So this is the only hard spot to get through right here. So I'm going to really pay attention because my panels on the right side of this pole, the panels almost hit. I got about 2 inches of clearance on the panel side, and my tire rubs on the right side. So right now my tire's rubbing, and all I do is gun it, and we still got some sidewall left there. So yeah, we didn't puncture our sidewall. We're good. I wish they would have made that about 6 inches wider just for me. Yeah, I know, right? Don't have people's EC torque. EC, don't hate people. EC torque. Is that what this says? I don't know what you're saying there. Sometimes it's hard for me to figure out what's going on in the chat because I'll just look down and read a message and y'all might be talking about something else completely. But here's our taco trucks. Our trailers is what I call them because there's no trucks here. They're all on trailers. And this one's actually not a taco truck. It is a, what do you call that? Shaved ice. It's like a shaved ice thing where you get, it's kind of like a Slurpee. Hey! It's kind of like a Slurpee, but they call them shaved ice. We could go through the beer barn, but I don't drink beer. Is there anything we could get at the beer barn that I would drink? No. Y'all want to drive through the beer barn before we go home? We could do that. Let's go have a little bit of fun. All right, we just hit the curb there. We're doing a lot of curb action today. We're gonna go through the beer barn once this bike goes by. They filmed Texas Chainsaw Massacre in this building. All right, that dude definitely had a short shift there on that bike. So yeah, that building right there was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they just fixed it up. It used to look like crap. So now it's a nice building, but they filmed a creepy, scary movie in there. So we're just gonna cruise through the beer barn here and breathe a little bit of exhaust fumes and have a little bit of fun. So this has been here since I was a kid. We got a mural here, and kinfolk of mine painted that. So cousin of a cousin painted that. And if you look at the date code on that mural, it says 1985. So that's that old, and it's got 2 armadillos and a state flag, and the armadillos are painting the state flag. So yeah, there's a lot of exhaust fumes in the beer barn. but that's where you get your order taken. And it used to be 2 people working here, so you could get your order taken at both windows, and now it's just 1 person at that window. And you can see the old pink insulation up top there. All right, so we're gonna skate through here. And back in the day, this is where we'd get our 6-pack of beer when we were kids. And of course, I don't think we were old enough to buy beer, but somehow we got somebody to buy it for us. I don't know. Or maybe you knew somebody that worked at the beer barn. And then we pull up here in our truck. All right, so we get our 6-pack of beer or 12-pack or case, and you pull up right here in your truck, and there'd be a guy standing right here, and you just knew what was going on, and he'd put his arms in the window, and you'd give him $1 or $2 for a pinner joint. And this was how it was done back in the day. And you get your 6-pack of beer or your 12-pack and your little pinner joint, which was a joke. You smoked more paper than anything. And I do not recommend smoking the left-handed cigarettes. I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying that's what I did as a kid. And there's nothing wrong with me, right? So anyway, yeah, this is where we get our pinner. And remember, the police department was right up there, or it was either at the depot at the time, depending on how long ago we're talking. But yeah, so the cops watched everything, and this is a little nice little bar right here, Mondo's Bar, and fun stuff goes on there at the bar. We'll just leave it at that. So I think we're gonna do some alley. There's a little sports bar place right there. We're gonna go through the alley here. This is old downtown. I mean, really old downtown. This used to be a bar right here, a hopping bar. And I don't know why they closed it down, but we have a gun shop right there. We're gonna go through this alley here, and we're gonna take the back roads home. So we got some nice little mural action there. So this was, I guess, the original mural advertisement that they repainted on the side of this building. So it says Star Tobacco, leading brand of the world. So yeah, this is was here on the building, and they repainted it. So this, back in the day, they used to advertise on the outside of buildings, and I'm pretty sure that's why they repainted that, to kind of keep the stuff going there. That's kind of cool. All right, so I see blue cables going into that building. That's Cat 5. All right, now that orange stuff is fiber, it looks like. So and it looks like there's been some recent murdering of this pedestal here. So I'm thinking that we're gonna get fiber in the town pretty soon. They've been pulling fiber. So I see the single mode fiber, multi-mode fiber, whatever they're using there. It's orange, which I'm pretty sure that's multi-mode. I get them mixed up, it's been so long. You got your orange and your yellow, one's single mode, one's multi-mode. So I'm hoping we'll get fiber pretty soon to give Spectrum some competition. So you see who that was? That was Mrs. Fry. You see that lady on the bike? That was Mrs. Fry. So, you know who Mrs. Fry is. She got her bike back. So anybody that knows who Mrs. Fry is, we were not married, but they called her Mrs. Fry on the stream for whatever reason. I guess because I did. Yep. She always said she wanted to buy her bike back, and she got her bike back, and she's riding. So she looked happy, that's good. If she's happy, I'm happy. That makes me happy to see a smile on her face. So that's good. She has a badass bike, by the way. And it sounded, I mean, you heard her bike. The good sounding bike was her bike. It wasn't the bike in front of her. It was her bike, is the good sounding bike. So yeah, she sold her bike to somebody out of state. And I guess she bought it back. Maybe she just got her bike back and they're riding it back. Maybe they drove up there, or maybe she rode up there with her male friend, and she's just now coming back with her bike, because I haven't really been communicating with her any on her personal life. She'll still come over and check the Purple Martin birdhouses, but I never really talk to her. She shows up when I'm still asleep most of the time. But I'm happy to see that she's happy on her bike, and that's something that she hasn't been able to do for a while. So that's good. That's good stuff. It almost makes me want to get my bike again. But God, if I start riding again, then I'll have to be streaming on my bike. And then you'll see how crazy I really am. Because I wouldn't get a Harley. I'm more of a torque head, a speed demon. I like to do the 0 to 120s on my bike. 0 to 140s. Yeah, so that's the kind of person I am. Never really liked cruising that much. I was always, I don't like the stance of a Rice Rocket, but I like the speed. I like the cruising stance. I don't know, I kind of liked both. I've had both. I've had Rice Rockets and cruisers. I've had a Shadow Honda. I had a Suzuki 4-lunger 900. That thing was a screamer. Don't let the 900 fool you. It was the old school chain-driven, four-cylinder, 4-lunger, straight 4 Suzuki 900. Torquey ass bike. Torque bike, big time torque. Let's see what else have I owned on bikes. But yeah, seeing her riding her bike kind of makes me think, God, kind of rather be on that bike than this cart, but everything's going to be okay. All right, do we want to go the back way? No, we're going to live dangerous here. We're going to go on this fast road here. Whee! All right, so we're going about 20, 21, and we're coming up to some speed humps, so we're going to have to slow down completely, or we'll have an inventory shift, and we don't want an inventory shift. They've really messed up my cart rides when they put those speed bumps there, because I used to be able to stay wide open all the way to the house. But no, I had to go and screw up stuff. And it doesn't slow people down, so why even have them there? But yeah, speed humps are everything is evil. There comes another one, speed hump. All right, now we're gonna nail it. We're really gonna put these batteries to the test. So we're at 10.8 volts, 10.7. When the sun hits the panels, they're 11.1, 10.9. We got some major sag. We got a car passing us. We got some major voltage sag going up this hill. The batteries are tired. 11.0 volts, 10.7, 11 when we get out in the sun again. We're getting about 6 amps per battery from the sun. We crest the hill, we're back up to 12.4, 12.5. So that's the batteries doing a lot of work there. That's what you call battery abuse. So I was abusing those batteries, but we got they're doing their work today. So we're going to go put this thing in some sun so the batteries can recharge. looky here. Where are we at? That truck's been sitting there for a while. I wonder if it's got a fuel pump problem or what. Wonder if that guy's ever gonna fix that truck. I need to call him and ask him if he's gonna fix his truck or not. This one still runs. I'll work on it whenever I'm ready. I'm just not in any hurry to work on that truck. I just don't like messing with gas. That's all it is to it. I've spent many years with my hands in gas, rebuilding carbs, motors, all that fun stuff. All right, so we're over here now where there's no sunshine to charge the batteries. So we're gonna park the cart where I not normally would park it. I need to build a thing where the panels are angled towards the sun more because it's pointed the wrong direction. I'm still getting about 4 amps, but if I could tilt the panels towards the sun right now, towards that direction, like for instance down here where it's flatter, this is kind of angled a little bit more towards the sun. A little over 4 amps. So not that much difference, but it's a little further away from the house. So we're gonna go back over here. This is what I don't like to do, is I started my ride too late today because I had the radio station crap come up again. So that was my delay of game today, is more radio stuff. I don't like to come home where the batteries are thirsty, like right now they're thirsty. And you don't want your batteries in a low state of charge going into the night because it's just battery abuse. But it is what it is. So yeah, here's the property. Goes all the way down. It's 6 acres. There's the old 65 Chevy. You know, we need to cruise in that thing. I'm gonna definitely fix the fuel pump on that truck. Cause yeah, it needs to be driven. Let's go in there and go through the gears real quick and make sure that the master cylinder is not locked up for the brakes. But yeah, this puppy needs to be driven because it's just going to waste sitting out here. And yeah, I got a solar panel on the back to keep the battery charged right now. I'm going to move this solar panel. I'm probably going to put a bigger one in the bed down here. This is an antique solar panel. It's back in the 80s. It's like one of the first solar panels ever made. It's a prototype and it still works. All right, we're gonna look for any varmints in here. No varmints. So here's the charge controller for the solar panel where our battery's at 13.4 volts. We got our CB radio. We got my CB in here. We got some skip rolling in. Break 19 for radio check. We definitely got some skip rolling in. Sounds like somebody's on another channel. Let's see where we got any skip rolling in. And I modified this CB. I put blue LED on this side and red on that side. So yeah, even my CBs have flare. I put the blue LED here and the red there. It just came with a white incandescent light. So yeah, even my CBs get modded. Gotta have LEDs everywhere, right? And then I got an old radio that I pulled out of a Dodge truck. He said Dr. Fauci. That's funny. I got my air conditioner right here. That's my air conditioner. So I smell old gas in here. It's because the gas is getting old in this truck. So I'm going to run it on the old gas. I got a tachometer right here. Here's my MSD timing control. We'll turn the CB off. We're going to lower our little lid there. So this is my MSD timing control right there. I can retard the timing about 7 to 9 degrees and advance the timing 7 to 9 degrees, either direction. So let's make sure our shifter's still I rebuilt the shifting mechanism. I took this whole column apart because it was all jacked up. Everything's good. First, second, third, and reverse is here. So that's how it works. So this is first gear, and then you let it drop. That's second and third. Where these things usually jam is from first to second. The dropping mechanism usually gets dry. So that's what I've had to work on, is from first to second, it wasn't dropping. So inside this column, it's got this little sleeve, and I had to rebuild the bushings, and I had to put my own parts in there because I couldn't find any of the parts to replace it. So I had to do some strategery, but look, see, it still drops nice and good. So once you drive it more, it gets more lubed up, you know. It's just kind of stiff at first. But I keep the linkage oiled, and it all works great. And then the brakes, okay, see the brakes were stuck just for a second, but they're working good. So that master cylinder was getting kind of dry. There's no booster on this thing, it's just one master cylinder. But yeah, there's no leaking on the brakes, which is good. So yeah, that's the old truck. I guess I could bump it over for a second, but it's not going to start. And all it's going to do is pull on the battery this time of day. So there's no point in doing that. The fuel pump's out. So the fuel pump's real easy to replace on this truck. It's a mechanical fuel pump. It's literally a 5-second job if you just, it's a 30-minute job if you're sitting there for 25 minutes doing nothing. You know what I mean? But it's a straight 6, 3 on the tree, 230 straight 6. I pulled out the points distributor and I put electronic ignition in out of a Nova. I made my own spark plug wires out of electrical wiring, so the spark plug wires never go bad. I'm running some modified spark plugs in it, the Champion Golds. So here's the fuel pump right there. It's 2 bolts. I'm pretty sure it's just 2. It's not even 3. Pretty sure it's 2 bolts. You got a line there and a line there, and boom, you're done. The problem with these old fuel pumps is the diaphragms, when you don't use them, they dry up and crack. So they used to sell rebuild kits for these. I have like 4 of these now. This is probably the 4th time I've replaced the fuel pump. At one time I did have an electronic fuel pump on it. I don't know why I took it off. The oil filter's right here. I mean, it's that easy to get to the oil filter. The starter is right there. To access the push rods, I've put new push rods, and what else have I done to this engine? The push rods were all, one of them was bent and clogged up. When I got this truck, it was in a mess. Rebuilt the carb, redid the linkage. It's got air horns. I had to put a new water pump. That's the same alternator. Oh, I've rebuilt, I got a new clutch, flywheel, and put a new clutch and flywheel. I did it all myself. I put a new heater core, I believe, and a fan. I know the fan is new. I think I had to replace the heater core too. And then I sealed the box up so no critters would get in there, because this box wasn't sealed right with that HVAC metal tape. Just a heater, no air conditioner. But she runs smooth when she runs. And then the 80 model, it looks pretty sad right now because I stole the tires and wheels off of it to put on the big black Suburban. It was running about 3 years ago. This was my daily work truck around the farm here. I would use it to pull trees. But yeah, it looks like it's been sitting forever, but it really hasn't. And it's got a 350 in it, turbo 400, 4-wheel drive, 3/4 ton. I need to put the wheels and tires back on, or at least grease these lug nuts here so they don't rust up. But yeah, when things sit up, they go to crap. And this thing is going to crap. I need to do something with it. So I need to make that my next project. Once I get the Suburban going, I'm going to put a fuel pump in the 65. We're going to take a cruise in the 65 once I get insurance for it. And then I'm going to work on the 80 model. And I'll get insurance for that, and we'll start cruising around in the 80 model. And then everything will be running, all 4 trucks again. At one time I had all 4 trucks running at the same time, but It's really hard to do, to keep them all legal, running at the same time. And then somewhere in between those projects, I'm going to get that cart running again. That's a solar cart, but it was my irrigation cart. All right, we're going to turn off the radio. We're going to put our tape back on our little USB port. So anytime you have one of these radios outdoors like this, you want to put tape over the USB ports and the audio input ports, so rust and varmints don't get in there, and dust. It really does make a difference. So let's see, how many miles did we go today? 6.7 miles. And see, I ride further on my bike than I do on the cart. So it seems like we went a long ways on the cart, but we only went 6.5 miles. But yeah, I cover a lot more ground, about double at the same amount of time. More than double, actually, on my bike. So there's the cart. This thing's got well over 1,000 miles, and I want to do the theme of the cart where it looks like the French fries pack. I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just do the seats to look like fries. I don't know. But I want it to look like the fry thing on the Fry TV. And yeah, the batteries that I want to take back, these are some of the batteries. They should take these back. They took them back before. I got them sitting here to hold the wood down because I'm reshaping this wood. So we got lots of batteries to take back. We got 2 back here and 4 here, but they only take 5 at a time, which is funny because I could take 5 in one day and then 5 in the next. Why couldn't they just take 10 at once? But whatever. So this one has no batteries now, and I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do with this cart. I guess I'm going to make it a 36 volt cart. I'm probably going to clone the design that I had for that one, because this is a 36 volt cart that I converted to 24 volts. I only had 2 panels at the time. That's why I only had 2 charge controllers. But I'm probably going to add another charge controller, have 3 batteries, and 3 of the same types of panels up here, just like that one. And we can cruise around town in this thing one day. And I'll take off the irrigation, because this was my irrigation cart for the property. But I'm not doing any away from the house gardening anymore. So yeah, and as far as the four-wheeler, it's running. I just need to find a space. I know what I need to do. I need to replace the fuel valve because it's leaking on this thing. Everything that I got a problem with around here is generally a fuel issue. So gotta love the gas. All right, so we're playing some copyrighted music there. That's Tool. All right, so I think we've had a fun stream. Big shout out to Lincoln Kane for sending his people over here. Like I said, I'm part of his people too. So I was in his chat room before I started my live stream. So if anybody could put Lincoln, anybody that's got a wrench, promote your channels right now. I think we're going to ease out of the stream on this phone right now because it's going to buffer when I go in the house. And I might start up a stream from the home studio to show you what I added last night. So that'll be a surprise later. I'm going to take a break for a little while, but look for me to be streaming a little bit later this evening. We'll probably do a call-in show. Just depends on my mood. So if I'm in a funky mood, I don't like to stream sometimes, so we'll just play it by ear. But yeah, look for a stream later. So if you got a wrench and you got a channel you want to promote, put your link in the chat right now. Anybody that's wrenched up and wants to promote a channel, put your link in the chat right now. And we're going to go out with, let's see, Casey's still in the chat. Cool. From Casey Jones came over from Lincoln Kane. A lot of people did. All right, so I'm going to try to switch to Wi-Fi in the house so we can end the stream with a Poker Face song. And we're going to end it, the song's called Stalker by Poker Face. Now here's a hornet. This is the only thing that I really don't care for because I've been bit by hornets for no reason. They are aggressive. And I was just walking down the sidewalk and the damn thing bit me on the back of my neck. I don't know if you can see it, but those little suckers hurt when they bite. There it goes. That's the only thing I'm a little jumpy about, because yellow jackets, I'll pet a red wasp. They don't bother me, but those little hornets, those suckers are mean. See, like this red wasp here, I'm not too concerned about him. He just landed on my leg. All right, so he's on my leg. Now he flew off. See, I'm not really worried about those guys. We kind of came to an agreement. Don't mess with me and don't mess with you. Got it? All right. Computer, play Poker Face from Plex.
My Poker Face.
Computer, turn on TV time. All right, so Sun Honey Studios put her link in the chat. Lincoln Kane's putting his link in the chat. Awesome. We got some Poker Face playing in the background. I'm going to switch the song up here in a second. I'm going to switch to the home Wi-Fi and see if we still have a connection. And if we do, I'll play a Poker Face song on the stream, going out of the stream. Alright, so we're going to give it a second to find the home Wi-Fi. So don't get funky. Sounds good. Thank you. Alright, so what can I put y'all on? I guess I'll have to keep you on my wrist. I'm really thirsty right now. I've been yakking a lot. Take off my shoes. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff to fix. Got a lot of projects. Oh, so this is what I added. Kind of a spoiler alert, but you don't know what's going on with this. But we're going to have a little bit of that action. And I got a little bit of this action too. Another little spoiler alert. We'll turn on our rack here. Give our rack some power. This switch is a piece of crap. There we go. The switch doesn't light up even though the rack turns on. Yeah. Alright, so yeah. We got our rack turned on. But what is going to come out of this TV is the question. We'll find out later tonight if I do a stream. And then we got some of this action here. Everybody knows what that is. Remember Spencer's? I don't know if they had Spencer's anywhere else in the country, but in the States, we got black light action going on in the studio now. So that black light makes things like this pop, and this pops. Anything fluorescent pops now. I'm gonna mount it up higher, and I'm gonna look for my bigger black lights. I got bigger ones, because we really want it to glow. So yeah, we got some flare going now with the black light action. All right, so we should be on our home network. And I'm going to turn off our cell data if the stream dies. Love you all, but hopefully it stays up. So let's see what that does. We're still up. We're going to go out with a Poker Face song, one of my favorites. Hey, Brett. I see you in the chat finally. Add as moderator. So Brett, put your link in the channel now, right now, Brett. So promote your channel there. I was also lurking your panel earlier this morning too. So everybody that's got a channel to promote, put it in the chat right now. And we're going to be in the stream here with a Poker Face song. We got more flare added. We got more LED action. Looks really cool at night. We got our little green glove going on there. We got my own emoji happening here, custom emoji. All right. Computer, play Stalker by Poker Face from Plex. Here we go.
Nightmare. find the right guy. Deep inside, I know you're lonely, and someday soon you will be mine. This game has become so twisted. I can't want love and I can't. It's time to stop this holy madness. This love we have it isn't real. You feel my step and my presence everywhere. Who said I'm spent when the stuff is everywhere? You feel what's happening near you. You start to show signs that you care. Touching private innuendos. Wishing, hoping I was there. I look at you through the night scope while you're brushing at your hair. I see your naked form so clearly. You don't even know I'm there. You feel my step.
Casey, you got a wrench now. Sorry, I forgot to give you a wrench. But yeah, Casey, put your channel in there.
You said I'm spent when the stuff was everywhere.
Casey, don't forget to put your channel in there.
And my presence everywhere. Who said I'm spent when the stuff was
And wash your hands after touching any raw meat.
Adios, mofo.
If